Mr. Didier Philippe, thank you very much for accepting the interview.
Thank you for inviting me.
I want to ask you, first of all, where is Romania positioned at this moment on your company's business interest map?
Well, I think it's high on the list. We have been working for many years already with your forces to try to define the best solution to fulfill their operational requirements. 10 years ago, we were already discussing on Șorad Vișorad for the benefit of your Air Force and Army. That was a main subject. At that time, there was no budget, so the discussion led to definition of a program integrated to layer system. And now it becomes a program approved by the Parliament, waiting for the budget to come. And we are working hard on it in order to propose a solution which is not only fulfilling the requirement of the operational guys, but also the desire of the country to revitalize the industry. As you know, your country decided to raise the defense budget to 2% of the GDP. Out of it, 20 to 40% is for investments. That's a lot of money. And it is mandatory that this money is not just going out to a third country, but is also revitalizing the industry itself. And that's why we built our file in order to involve as much as possible your industry. You remember on the 24th of August, the visit of President Macron. We signed an agreement with your industry, with Romarm and Electromecanica Ploiești. Since that, we have been working hard with them in order to give substance to this agreement in terms of transfer of technology, transfer of production, and long-term maintenance for 3 types of missiles. Obviously, the air defense missile for the Army and Air Force with Mistral and Mika, but also with the same missile, the air defense of the Corvette program and of the retrofit of the frigates. And you can imagine it's a big advantage if you have the same missile for the Air Force, for the Army, for the Navy, and more than that, if those missiles are produced locally in Romania, are maintained locally in Romania. That's the project we are building. So yes, to answer your question, it is very high on the priority list.
Thank you. What's your assessment about the business environment in Romania? What are its problems and its advantages?
Okay, so one of my colleagues came here for the first time since 23 years when we sold the Magic to your Air Force. And he was really astonished to see the evolution of the country in that period of time. So Romania is now a modern country. A lot of European countries have invested into Romania, France being one of those. And there is one field where there was no budget and no investment, that is defense. And therefore you need now to catch up. To catch up means to acquire technology, to invest in modern means, to train the people. And you cannot do that without 2 things. First, money. That's why it's important to have this 2% of budget, and to have a partner who is ready to cooperate. A partner who is not afraid to cooperate. And as you know, MBDA is made of cooperation. Cooperation between French companies, British companies, German companies, Italian companies, Spanish companies. All together being the MBDA number 1 in the world, number 2 in the world for missile system, and number 1 in Europe. And this is what we can offer to Romania, to join through transfer of technology, transfer of production, and catch up in all the technologies where there was no investment the last 20 years.
Do you consider Romania a stable country with a stable government?
Obviously, politics is not my field of activity, but we are in Romania in a European democracy with elections, with president, government, ministers changing whenever the politics needs. Elections are one of the advantages of democracy. So we are in a European democracy. The changes are part of the life.
Are you worried about some things in Romania? I mean, the business environment, the regulations.
I think we, as MBDA, have been exporting our system with the agreement of our respective government in many, many countries. We have to adapt to the local rules, we have to understand, we have to be as close as possible to the desire of the country and to the rules that they want to apply. That's our job, and we are happy to do it.
Okay, thank you very much.
My pleasure.